Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Ashford University Teaching and Learning Conference. Today's presentation, Startup Success Trends in Small Business Beyond 5 Years, a qualitative research study done by Dr. Alvin Perry, Dr. Imad Rahim, and Bill Davis. This presentation was also presented at the 2018 6th International Conference on Innovation and Entrepreneurship, March 5th and 6th in Washington, D.C. With that said, I'd like to turn the floor over to Dr. Perry to introduce himself, and then I'll do the same. Dr. Perry?
Hello, Bill. My name is Dr. Alvin S. Perry. I'm currently a teaching faculty at Claremont Lincoln University out of California. Part of my entrepreneurship experience, I've started 6 startup businesses, currently operating my fashion brand, P5 Designs. I had a great time working with Bill and Dr. Rahim, and I'm looking forward to this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Perry. And Dr. Imad Rahim, he is out presenting throughout the country here. He's had a busy month, so he unfortunately was unable to join us. But my name is Bill Davis, and I'm in the Forbes School of Business and Technology. I'm a program chair and an assistant professor. It was a great pleasure to work with Dr. Perry and Dr. Rahim and present. And actually, we also had published a paper together on this particular presentation. It is published in a peer-reviewed top-tier journal, IGI Global, and there's the information for you should you be interested. And it's a great journal, and our article is there. Today's study, here's an overview. You're going to hear about the background, a problem statement, purpose statement, the nature of the study, the significance, the research questions, conceptual framework, assumptions, limitations. You're going to hear a literary review, qualitative research method, presentation of the findings, implications for social change, recommendation for action, and then recognition for a further study, and summary of conclusions. With that said, I would like to now turn it over to Dr. Perry.
Thanks, Bill. Here we are with the background of the study. Pretty much in 2008, 2009, the economy was tanking. The government had to bail out the auto industry and bail out the banks. So we thought this would be a great time to take a look and see what the impact would be from small business perspective from that time frame. The participants of this particular study was the salon industry in the state of New Jersey. Problem statement. Here again, the rate of small business failure in the 2-year mark was 30%, and the 5-year mark is 49% based on the U.S. Department of Commerce. However, you can look at several different measurements, and you'll find that the failure rate within that 5-year mark total could be anywhere from 40% to 70%, depending upon the industry of view. One of the things you want to take a note at in terms of in this problem statement section is the new jobs created. 75% of jobs are created by small business. So definitely thought that was an important reason why we need to look at a small business, because it has such a great impact on employment within the United States. If you can look at this graph and you look at 2007, 8, and 9, you could see that the rate of business deaths or business closures really impacted the economy in 2008, 2009. If you look back at 05, 06, and 07, you see that businesses were growing faster than they were closing or closing. But as you look at the 2009 trend, that began to be reversed, and they were dying at a higher rate than they're starting the businesses. So this is really some impactful information as we began to look at the study. Purpose statement. The purpose of the study was to extend the work of Dr. Schorr, which she focused on entrepreneurship success. The biggest thing you do when you're doing a study, specifically a doctoral study, you want to stand on the shoulders of others. You want to extend the life of some work that's already been presented. So we chose Dr. Schorr, who studied entrepreneurship success, to be the foundation for our study. Nature of study. Qualitative method was chosen versus quantitative because from a qualitative perspective, you get an opportunity to really ask questions of your participants and really get a chance to feel what they are saying in terms of their experiences, design, phenomenological. The data collection method were interview questions, specifically surveys. Because we chose the salon industry, it's very difficult to really get face-to-face with them. They're on their feet all day. By the time they finish doing what they need to do in terms of their work, getting on their schedule to get a face-to-face interview is going to be very tough. So the decision was made to use surveys because it would be easier and non-intrusive for those salon owners to be able to answer the questions. The conceptual framework, entrepreneurship theory. The goal was to, clarify and define and interpret the research on entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship theory through the combing of the data was found to be the conceptual theory that set the foundation for this study. Assumptions, limitations, and delimitations, the scope of the study. Made some assumptions. The goal was to provide value to the readers of this study, developing a competitive advantage, and that result will contribute to social change. The type of research method, quantitative, as I stated before, but we really wanted to ask questions and get some quality feedback from the participants. And the participants were chosen because we thought that this would provide some valuable insight to the study. Delimitations. The expected number, 20 participants. The questions were from a previous study, and the geographical area was New Jersey because at that time, that's where I was living, so I thought it would be a easier concept to kind of get to the participants. Review of the literature. There were elements. There was the entrepreneurship theory. There was entrepreneurship itself. You can click down to the next slide. Entrepreneurship motivation, entrepreneurship characterizations, and entrepreneurship education. And finally, entrepreneurial finance, entrepreneurship failure, management skills, and sustainability. Methodology, research method, qualitative method. As I said, there were actually you have three choices: qualitative, quantitative, or mixed method. And we didn't want to get into doing two studies when you talk about doing a mixed method. And here again, qualitative was chosen because we wanted to get the lived experiences of the participants. Phenomenological design was used, and of course, here again, the alternative methods were quantitative or mixed method. Reliability and validity. So we looked at the data collection. Consistency was important. Previously validated instrument. Here again, we were standing on the shoulders of Dr. Schorr. So her research question was already validated because it was used in the previous study. We had intercoder checking for validation, and there was no transcription required because we used the surveys. Data analysis, modified Van Cam method, and using interview questions. Presentations of findings. You had to be a salon owner who had a minimum of 5 years within the state of New Jersey, being in business within the state of New Jersey. And, there were some emerging themes that came from the analysis of the research. There was a need for professionalism. Relationship development is important. Financial rewards are appreciated. Of course, that means tipping. The experience provided a sense of accomplishment. There's regret with the loss of family time. These particular entrepreneurs who salon owners, they spend a lot of time at their salons. They spend a lot of time on their feet. So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of time away from the family. So that was one of the big things that is a big takeaway, is that they consistently talked about the loss of time spent with their family members. But at the end of the day, they talked about, the sacrifices were worth it, because early on, putting in the hard work, putting them in a position to ultimately grow and hire other salon people who are actually working in the salon for them. So that actually freed up more time as they became more experienced entrepreneurs. Application to professional practice. This study provided new researchable information on hair salons. Hair salons owners have been successful beyond the first 5 years. And some of the things that came out of that, building clientele, working in other businesses before starting your own. So basically, before you jump out and say, hey, I want to become a salon owner, they thought that it would be great for you to work in a salon first. You didn't have all the financial responsibility and everything that goes with being a business owner as you're working and building clientele and learning about the business, developing relationships. Learn lessons from the experience, be determined, because entrepreneurship, I don't care how much you plan, there are going to be some things that happen that you just not think about. You just didn't think about. And also keep good financial records, paying your taxes, maintaining good credit, because you're dealing in a cash-based business for the most part when you're in the industry. So it's important that you keep good records, because Uncle Sam is going to want you to make those payments. Implication for social change. At the end of the day, entrepreneurs are seeking to gain knowledge on, sustainable strategies beyond the, first 5 years. I told you, depending on the industry, the failure rate could be anywhere from 40% to 70%. So anything that we can provide value to in terms of understanding from any particular industry, I think will aid most any entrepreneur. More specifically, entrepreneurs looking to start a new business in the state of New Jersey in terms of being a salon owner will definitely provide you some great value. And at this point, Bill, I'll turn this back over to you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Perry. Here's some recommendations for action. Entrepreneurs may review the information in this study and find information helpful when the personal decision process leads to a desire to start a hair salon business. The results of this study will be offered to the following professional journals and publications for review. You did see the one that we published in already, the Journal of International Business Management Research, and then the Journal of Social Change, and then the Intellect-Based Handbook of Professional Practice and Learning. So the knowledge is being disseminated and paid forward. In addition, the findings from this study will be written up for presentations at additional academic conferences and chambers of commerce. Let me just back up here a second. Recommendations for further study. A quantitative study may provide more information in support of small business success by increasing the amount of data collected. The total number of participants for this study was 20, and an increase in participants may provide better data for research. In conducting research on small business trends, it may be more useful to conduct research on industries that are contributing the greatest amount to the economy in terms of jobs and private sales. By expanding the study to include northeastern portion of the United States or other large areas than a single state, a new study may produce richer data in support of small business success. Summary and conclusions. Small business has a great impact in the United States economy. The greater the successes that small business entrepreneurs have, the more job creation and private sales are increased. The emergent themes were the need for professionalism, the need to develop good relationships and sense that there are financial benefits. There is a sense of accomplishment. There was regret at the loss of time with family, and the sacrifices are worth it. The actionable solutions provided by the 20 hair salon owners from the state of New Jersey included building a clientele, working in another business before starting your own, develop good relationships, Learn lessons from your experience. Be determined. Keep good financials in order, such as paying taxes and maintaining good credit. The desire of this research and the researcher, Dr. Perry, is for the readers of this study to receive value and small business success. Thank you. Any questions or answers? We have our bio in the TLC page, and you can contact us there. And feel free to email us if there is anything that we can answer or do for you. Thank you very much for listening.